Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome back to the free-to-play review. So today's topic is going to be the latest iteration of the summon pool, specifically the magic summon pool. So we have a big mix of champions, and I guess this is the first summon pool since the long string of the faction unity-focused ones, alongside some other random ones, to be fair. But who knows what the next wave of special ones are going to be, at least the ones featuring headline champions. But for now, I'm expecting that we're going to see more of these more generic group things, especially ones that are going to come out, or ones that come out after hard mode Faction Wars comes out tomorrow, at least at the time of this recording. But I digress here. So we have a decent mix of some legendaries here, all magic affinity, of course. In terms of the legendaries, we have pretty notable ones. Armand's the most broken arena champion in the game still to this day. We have Quilcha, a champion who can kind of counter Armand's, but kind of can't if he's in stone skin, so he's kind of a weird spot. Elva, my dream girl, one of them, at least everyone knows her, super powerful in Hydra, Chimera, Arena, etc. Hefrak, kind of still like an old meta pick for nukers. Stone skin, put them with some food and kind of troll your enemies if you want to get away with that. We have one of the newer champions, Karen the Harvester. I believe he has like a single target lockout, but he'll like counterattack, or like when people get rid of the sleep that he places, he has a chance to go in and attack them with that. So single target lockout, but it can effectively be AoE if you kind of line things up right and the sleep naturally expires. You can't knock it off of them, then it won't trigger. We have Morrigan, definitely, or she's an old fusion, but definitely saw some resurgence with Amius. She's really strong for, I think, the current rotation of Amius, if you want to use her for that. Hail reduction passive that cannot be removed, which is perfect for that particular fight. Prince Kymar, we all know him, the strip and the sleep, as well as the full reset of abilities. Razzlevarg, another previous fusion, pretty decent Hydra-esque DPS, a little bit of Fire Knight as well, triple hitters, lots of damage that scales off attack and speed. Rhodos, one of the most powerful snipers in the entire game, single target nukers in the game. And Thor, another previous fusion, but one of the best Hydra DPSs in the game. He's up there, at least in the conversation. Brogni, old fusion, once again, kind of out of the meta compared to like Wixwell, and he's kind of been usurped by that in terms of Demon Lord clan boss, but still traditional teams he can work and kind of help you get going. And then Wallmaster Athorion, one of my favorite enemy max HP champions, double hitter, enemy max HP with block buffs and decrease attack, super powerful for Hydra as well as Chimera. Now this is one of those situations where there are a lot of legendaries that you could get, but the downside of that is, if you're looking for one in particular, then you're a lot less likely to get that one because there are 12 in the pool on top of the 6% chance to get a legendary from the get-go. But I guess we'll mention that, so we'll talk about it. 6% chance to get a legendary. Basically, this is effectively a sacred shard. 94% chance to get an epic. If I had my pick, I'll insert this in here. If I had my pick, of course, you guys know me by now, but the Elva Onborn would be the one that I would want to get from the 12, but of course the odds of that are very slim. It's 1 in 12 times the 6% chance, which is very unlikely, but you never know. We'll see what happens. So you can tell that I do have one. We'll come back to where that came from. In terms of the epics, we have Ashma, Lady Mikage epic if you do need her for that purpose. Allure, Fire Knight, really good champion for that, normal mode I should say. Cornelia, I still use her in Arena. She's kind of like a mini Kymar. You get the AoE sleep without touching the enemies, which can be useful, but of course if they're in stone skin or anything else above that, she's not going to work. Crowd in the blue, great for Fire Knight hard mode. And Dolly, I believe is her name. Yes, another Lady Mikage epic. So again, if you're looking for ones like that, I guess I should mention Lockwain as well as no, maybe not Kellen the Shrike, but at least those three are those three are Lady Mikage epic. So if you are working towards that, you might be able to get one, or get one of them from this summon. Itatsu, pretty good as well. Continuous heals, increased defense, decreased attack, and leech. Juliana saw a buff somewhat recently, but she's kind of like a decent like Demon Lord clan boss DPS style champion with some burns and some poison, single target. Miss Greater Monster is still great for spider progression as you're coming up. Big shield, lots of when you hit enemies, you get a really big shield, lots of enemies. Seeker, kind of your budget arbiter before you get her if you don't happen to have that, or the key component of a Bat Eater composition. Again, Demon Lord clan boss minded. Tagore, overrated in my opinion, but nonetheless a decent epic reviver who for the Orcs faction wars as well as Curse City and other things. He's decent, I will say that, but I think he's a little bit overrated in my opinion. Dragon the Frog, really great like early game, mid game Demon Lord clan boss champion, perfect for those nested ally protection teams that can get you going towards Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare clan boss. Ultimate Gaelic, pretty trash, but he can be AoE HP burn if you're really desperate and you don't have like a promo code for a Mordecai or something like that, or a Supreme Gaelic, I believe you can get from a promo code if you're a new player. Ugo, one of the best epics in the game, debuffer, block, decrease defense, and block buffs. And of course, Venomage here, another champion who's decent for Amius, but also good for like Ice Golem Dragon kind of progression as well. So that speed run of all of the champions in the pool, I think it's safe to say that no matter what you get, you could walk away with something decent. Lady Mikage epic, an epic you might not have, an epic for empowerment, or a legendary you might not have, or a legendary that might be new or useful to you. So kind of depends how you want to go about this. In terms of the sources for this particular summon pool, thankfully there are two, not just one. So there are two tournaments where you could get a free air quotes summon from, and they're, I guess, well, one is more accessible, the other might not be, depending on how much supplies you have. But one of them is going to be this champion training tournament, which you can see that I've already completed. I'm way ahead of what you might expect for like 2 days in, but it is up here, I believe, at 11,000 points. I think that's where it was. And so that's relatively accessible. This was a 4-day long event, meaning that if you wanted to get to 11,000 points, all you need to do is at least 3,000 points per day, which is fairly reasonable in my opinion. But nonetheless, you should also be doing this, or at least part of this, if you want to be getting the Ishiyama, the immovable fusion, complete. And then from then on, I think this node here is like 6,000 and something, so it's twice as far as that, but still, I think it's within reason for you to try your luck if you care about the champions in the pool. The other source is a little bit tougher to participate in. It is a free summon here from the Soul Chase tournament. So there are no boosted rates in terms of the Altar of Souls, so you'd be rolling on the base rates for trying to get souls from your soul stones, and thus you're not going to get as much bang for your buck from them compared to when there is some event going on with the boosted rates. But nonetheless, if you do have an excess of soul stones you just want to pull, you want to try to get yourself one of the free summons, or even beyond it, this is another option to get yourself a free summon for a grand total of 2 free summons or 80 fragments up for grabs. In my case, I'm happy with the 1 free shot at the Elva. I'm not going to be pursuing this. My main grievance here is that there are, of course, no boosted rates in the Altar of Souls, so the value is just not as good, even though I would love to pull for this. And in fact, I definitely have enough soul stones to pull, or at least try to pull for that. Let me not get too ahead of myself, because you never know, you can get a string of terrible luck from mortals, especially with base rates. But you know, I do have enough soul stones that I could probably get myself out there. But you know, there's a lot of champions, specifically a lot of legendaries in this particular pool, so the odds of me getting the Elva that I'm looking for is very slim, and that's not worth blowing up my account in terms of all the soul stones. And I, generally speaking, won't recommend that to other people. However, I do recommend, if you have the resources, to go for it. Maxing out the champion training tournament is the way to go. And you never know, maybe your group is not going to be that competitive, and going all the way out to 11,000 points might secure you first, second, third, or fourth place, and you could also walk away with some relentless gear. Now, in terms of efficiency, I'm not going to pull this right now, even though I have already claimed it from the champion training tournament. I'm going to wait all the way until Friday, because there will be the champion chase for the fusion. And you know, worst case, we get an epic 250 points in the champion chase, which just saves me shards, and then or we get a legendary, which 500 points, which saves me even more shards. So it's a win-win either way. And yeah, this will overlap with the champion chase just because of how long this is going on for, 4 days and some change. And so it will be possible to have the summon pool overlap with the champion chase event for the fusion. So I will wait for that before doing my summon. All right, so that's going to do it for the free-to-play review of the Magic Summon Pool. Let me know in the comment section down below what your plan is relative to this iteration of the summon pool. Are you going for both of the air quotes free summons, one from the champion training event, one from the soul chase? You're going for one, or are you just skipping it entirely? Let me know all of that and more in the comment section down below. And as always, if you did find this video helpful, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel, and feel free to hit that subscribe button down below as well if you are enjoying the content overall on this channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.